guys, welcome back to my channel. So I have an exciting video for you today. I'm going to be talking about the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm sure you guys have heard all about this palette, and this video is in collaboration with Risa Does Makeup. Risa is a YouTuber and a good friend of mine. She lives here in Las Vegas, and she is wonderful. That's an understatement. I can't think of a better word at the moment. What amazing. She's really wonderful. She is a sweet, sweet person. So nice, so generous, and her videos are outstanding. Her reviews are amazing. Her tutorials are, amazing. She's a makeup artist, so her tutorials, you definitely want to watch them. She's just great, and she is, you probably can't tell from on camera, but she's really tall. She's like at least 5'10", at least when I've seen her. She has heels on or whatever. She's at least 5'10", and she's blonde, and she's blue-eyed, and whenever I'm standing next to her, I'm like this kind of like dark, dwarfy gal, but I just like, you know, we go out to dinner or lunch or whatever, and I'm always like, "Hi, Risa." How are you? But yeah, she's just like this angel. So anyway, I love her. Head on over to her channel. She's wonderful. I'm sure you guys know about her. I think I'm telling you everything you already know. So anyway, let's get into this. What we're going to do is like a quick review of the palette, because what I want to do is just jump right into the demo. We are doing a day to night look, or like a work to dinner look, or a home to date look. So this is my date, evening, night look. I think what was fun about this particular demo is when you're doing a something to something, it's not like we're starting over and doing two different looks. We're building on, or at least this was my interpretation of a day to night look. I don't know what Risa has done. But for me, it's always sort of like a work to dinner situation. So I started with like a light look, and then I just simply built on what I had done. The only thing I like started over from scratch was the lip color. That's easy to wipe off and replace. So I'm really excited about the demo / tutorial, and I think there's like a gazillion videos out there, so I didn't want to linger too long on the specifics of this palette, which you guys, again, already probably know all about. So if you want to see my day to night tutorial featuring the Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette, then just keep on watching. So when I ordered the Amrezy collab highlighter, I also purchased this, and I also purchased two of the bronzers. I'm going to be using one of the bronzers in the demo today, so you'll see that it's in color Rosewood. I got Rosewood and Tawny, but yes, I ended up using Rosewood. It's the lighter of the two. When I saw this palette, I was like, oh my god, I feel like she had me in mind, and it's just beautiful. If you guys haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. It's just the perfect everyday day to night palette. I think the whole like day to night concept is so evident when I look at these colors. They are, you know, there's enough mattes, there's enough satin shimmers in there, you have the really light tempera, you have the really dark noir, and it's just great. You have some cools, you have some warms. I just can't imagine anyone that wouldn't be able to utilize this palette to their liking. I feel like anyone could open this up and be able to come up with a look that they really like. I just want to mention that there are a few repeat colors in here. There are 3 colors from the Modern Renaissance palette, and then there are 4 colors that are part of their regular line. So Tempera, I think, oh my gosh, yeah, Tempera, Burnt Orange, and Cypress Umber. Tempera, Burnt Orange, and Cypress Umber. These 3 were in Modern Renaissance. So Orange Soda, Dusty Rose, Sienna, and Noir are part of the regular Anastasia eyeshadow line, like they're singles. I think there are a few complaints about that. You know, people really want brand new eyeshadow colors in every single palette. I don't really mind. I have the Modern Renaissance, but it's fine. For me, I'm kind of like a sucker. Like, if you're gonna lay out everything and pair it with other colors or whatever, it almost feels like a new color to me. Because they're laid out in this palette in a different way, like I'm going to end up using Tempera, Burnt Orange, and Cypress Umber, the ones from Modern Renaissance, in a different way that I would use them from the Modern Renaissance palette, if that makes any sense, because they're next to different colors, they're paired with different colors, and for me, that's like all I need to see. It's like, oh wow, I can use it with, you know, this and that, and in Modern Renaissance, they're so warm that I would never think to pair any of those colors with like pinks. yet I think that they work beautifully in here. Like the Cypress Umber, I think looks really nice next to these like pinky metallic shades. So anyway, that's just sort of my rambling 2 cents on repeat colors. The quality of these shadows I had heard were closer to Modern Renaissance, and I definitely wanted to test them out myself. They definitely are. The Subculture palette, I was one of the unfortunate where it did not work out for me, and then I didn't try the Prism palette because those colors didn't really speak to me. But I love the Modern Renaissance palette, and this one definitely behaves much more like that one. It is very powdery. It's on the more powdery side, but it doesn't feel like any of these shadows are like falling apart when I dip my brush in or anything like that. They blend out really, really nicely. They perform beautifully. I love all of these shadows. I don't feel like there's any duds, and I've used them all at this point. So like I mentioned, I really didn't want to bore you too much with the review because I feel like all over YouTube, all over Instagram, all I see are quick reviews, full reviews, swatches, everyone's opinion on this palette. So I just wanted to jump right into my tutorial doing a day to night look. I hope that's okay. So I'm not going to bother you with swatches. So if you're interested in seeing how I achieve this look that is from my daytime look, then just keep on watching. All right, I have you guys all zoomed in real close, and I have my foundation, concealer, powder on. I thought I would just jump right into the eye look with the palette. So I'm going to start by laying down some of the tempera color. I have my Wayne Goss number 16 brush, which is nice, fluffy blending brush. And I'm just going to brush that over my entire lid from lash line to eyebrow. I should also mention that I've put down my Viseart eye primer already. I love that primer. So there's tempera down on the lids. I'm going to go in and start deepening up the crease, giving my eyelid a little bit of dimension. And I'm going to go in with Dusty Rose, which is the matte color right underneath tempera. And I'm going to use a slightly smaller blending brush. This is the Tom Ford number 13. And I'm just going to slowly build from the outer corner up through my crease, circular motions, and then windshield wiper motions across my eyelid here. Even by knocking out a ton of the pigment, you still get a lot. And a good eyeshadow like these will eventually blend out any kind of dark patches you may have. I'm just kind of taking a step back and looking at my eyes. I'm going to take the Dusty Rose kind of more towards the center of my eye. Otherwise, I think it's going to get lost when I start to deepen up the outer V even more. So I'm going to bring this more towards the center here. So now I'm going to go in with the Mulberry color here. This is a matte color. It is a very, very warm brown, and it's a fun departure from these two colors that I laid down, which are very cool. So hoping to warm up the look a little bit, give it a little bit more intensity, but not too much because we're doing the day look. And I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 19 brush, which is a very, very small kind of pointy blending brush, and just dip that into Mulberry ever so slightly and tapping that where I want it and then blending. Now I'm going to take the blending brush that I used to lay down that Dusty Rose color. I'm not going to add any more shadow to this, and I'm just going to blend out that darker color and make sure it's diffused on the lid. Then I'm going to take the Wayne Goss number 8 brush. This is that synthetic stiff-haired flat top brush, and I'm going to go back into the Mulberry color, and I'm going to line both upper and my lower lash line with this color. Alright, so that is my eye look for this daytime look. What I'm going to do is just finish up the rest of my face, kind of pull back, show you the look kind of complete, and then we'll move into the evening night look. Alright, so this is my completed daytime look. I just added some eyebrow. I used my Hourglass Arch Brow Sculpting Pencil in Soft Brunette. I threw on some Spicy Petal Gucci blush, and I have Donatella, the Pat McGrath Luxe Trance lipstick on with a little bit of the Clé de Peau Rose Quartz Radiant Lip Gloss on over it. So that's all I added to this look. You saw that I only used 3 colors out of the palette. So I think you can achieve like a really nice polished complete look without having to get too crazy. Just sort of picking out a light, medium, and dark color and just using those as a gradient. I think you can get a really nice day look. So why don't we move into the nighttime look, the nighttime or happy hour or dinner time or date look. The point of this particular day to night look is that I want to just build on what I have on my face already. It's like if I'm sitting in my office and I'm going to have to go straight out to dinner or whatever, I don't want to have to like wash my face and start over. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to leave everything on. I think at most what I'm going to do is maybe change my lipstick, but we'll see what happens. So let's get into the nighttime look. So for this nighttime look, I definitely want to darken things up. I want to smoke things out. I also want to add a lot more of these shimmery colors that we have in here because they're so beautiful. So what I'm going to do is start with this rose pink color here in the center. And I'm going to take my Sonia G Worker 1 brush, tap that in. This is a very soft formula, so I'm tapping off a lot of the excess here. And what I want to do is just place that in the center of my lid. I'm going to take my blending brush and I'm just going to blend out those edges. Then I'm going to take a smaller blending brush. This is the Wayne number 17, and I'm going to go into Glistening, which is this light metallic shade here. It has like a really pretty peach undertone. It's very, very lovely. And I'm going to put that towards the inner part of my lid. And this glistening color like blends so perfectly into the rose pink. All right, and next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Noir color and I'm going to line my upper lash line and lower lash with it, and I want to kind of smoke it out. So it's going to be a heavy line. It's not going to be kind of a precise like eyeliner line, but I'm going to start with the Wayne Goss number 5 brush. This is pretty precise, but I'm going to build up from there. I also want to mention, I have not put down any powder or anything to catch any fallout, and I feel like that is probably a mistake, but we're going to go with it. We're going to live on the edge here. So far, it's as powdery as these shadows are. The ones that I've used have been okay. I don't feel like I have experienced too much fallout. Now I'm just building up that line that I laid down. I'm building up the outer corner of it thicker, and then I'm going to let it remain thin towards the inner corner of my eye. This is one of the best black eyeshadows I've ever worked with. Not patchy at all, super, super dark, but blendable. I'm just going to take this Chantecaille brush. This actually came, like if you bought one of their empty palettes, this came with it, and I love it. It's a great brush. I'm going to use this to kind of soften up that black line and make it a little bit smoky. I don't want to lose too much of the definition because I like the dramatic line, but just a little bit smoky. Now that I've added that really dark line around my eyes, I want to darken up the outer corners. So I'm going to go in with some of the Cypress Umber, which is this dark brown color, and I'm just going to darken up the outer V of my eyes. There, I think this one looks better. This one just sort of, that black line kind of washed everything out. There, so that is my evening look for my eyes. I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder thinking if I should put on some false lashes. Maybe I will try. Maybe I will try. I will be right back. I'm going to try putting on some false lashes and I'll be right back. All right, guys, I actually found some of these Ardell, these like little individual lashes. I didn't even realize I had them. So I looked in my drawer, found these, and so I put 3 on each corner of my eye just to give a little something. So anyway, let me zoom you out and I will kind of add a few things to my face and we'll be done with our evening date night look. All right, so we were really light with the cheeks for the day look, so I wanted to add a little bit of contour / bronzer and also some highlight. So I did pick up 2 of the new Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzers. I got Tawny and Rosewood. I'm going to use Rosewood because Tawny is well, I shouldn't say tawny is. All of these bronzers seem to be very, very pigmented, and Rosewood, I believe, is lighter. Yes, Rosewood is lighter than tawny. So I'm gonna go with Rosewood, and I'm gonna use my Tom Ford bronzer brush and just go in there ever so lightly. Very pigmented. I am going to tap it and then blend in. Add a little bit to my forehead here. Bronze it up a little. Now I'm going to go in with the Amrezy highlighter, which I love. It's so nice. I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush. I'm also going to take a flat shader brush here and bring it down my nose. I'm also going to add it to the inner corners of my eyes here. Add a little to my Cupid's bow. Add some to my brow bone. Now I look fully highlighted. And last but not least, lips. I still like this lip color with this look. I think it looks fine, but let's do something else just to give us some options here. So I'm gonna go with the Pat McGrath Luxe Trance lipstick in Leatherette and her lip liner in Manhattan. My lips are a little dry. All right, I'm gonna line my lips first and then we'll get into the lipstick. Scary. So that's it for the evening / nighttime / date look. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial / demo and collab with Risa Does Makeup. If you have not checked out her channel, definitely do so. I'm sure you guys have seen it, but it's amazing. She's amazing. She has the most informative reviews. They're very comprehensive, and I love her tutorials. She is a makeup artist, and you can tell her tutorials are straight to the point, not difficult to follow, but I feel like I always learn something when I watch them. So anyway, definitely check out her channel. Definitely check out her video for this. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see what she does with this palette. So anyway, give it a thumbs up if you liked this video, and I will see you in my next video.